Alright bro, let's do a simple experiment. I will show you 3 pictures. Picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. And I will ask you one question. Which girl did you find attractive? And that will bring us to a thing number 1. Attraction is not a choice. That happens subconsciously, bro, in the matter of 0.00001 second. You're not the one in control of who you find attractive. See, bro, I chose a brunette girl with the big dark eyes, with long dark hair, big boobs. And I didn't find attractive the ginger girl or blonde girl because that's not my type. And no matter what I do, no matter what I tell myself about those girls, I cannot talk myself into liking someone. This is a very important point to understand when you meet a girl that you like and the girl doesn't like you back. Instead of getting upset and becoming resentful, judging yourself, and stop meeting new girls because of that, I want you, bro, to understand if you didn't like some of those girls that I showed you on the pictures. That means you might be not the type for the girl that you liked. That is nothing to do with her mind or her conscious thinking. She cannot make herself like it. I've been thinking a lot about attraction and what makes me like someone as well, and I managed to break it down to smaller parts. So I figured that I like specific type of girls, and that specific type consists of some specific details. First is a dark hair, dark complexion, preferably darker skin, but tan skin is alright as well. Hair, long dark hair is a must for me, so this is going to be feature number 1. Number 2, dark big eyes. That's feature number 2 that is undiscussable. It's a must for me. Thick eyebrows, big lips, and smaller baby face. That's about the face. The body, wide hips, small waist, preferably bigger boobs. If there is no waist, if there is no ass, if there is no boobs, or nothing at all, I'm not looking at it. If there is a lot of features that I like, for example, hair, eyes, baby face, lips, hips, and ass, but no boobs, that is my type as well. Because you cannot find a perfect girl, a perfect example of your type. But there are some must-have. And as I go through life, I become more conscious, more aware of type of girls I choose. So whenever I see something, even from like a kilometer distance, I know that's my type. Because I can see a long hair, I can see a figure, complexion of the face, and I instantly know, like I instantly feel the attraction. If I see someone blonde, even blonde has big boobs, if it's like a ginger hair girl or something out of my must-have, for example, blue or green eyes, it's a no for me. I don't feel the attraction. And that's something that is wired in me and I cannot change. So that gives me perspective into a girl mind when she doesn't like me or she doesn't respond to my comments or my approach or she doesn't reciprocate. I cool myself down and remember attraction is not a choice. So just write it down, bro. Write it down in your notepad, on your phone, and remember this. Attraction is not a choice. Attraction stays forever. That was a misconception that I had, that I will always have a specific type in mind and I will always like a specific girl, like for example the girl that I met 5 or 10 years ago. That is not the case. And I never actually thought about this until I started making this video, making a script for this video. So I remember type of girls I used to go for when I was in high school. And then I remembered who I went for when I was in the university. And when I look back, when I even check their profile sometimes just to see, to remember things, I am so confused how I could go for that girl Like my taste changed so much, and I would never find those girls attractive at the present moment. But I genuinely liked them. I genuinely thought they are even better than me. They are higher value. And when I developed myself, and I improved myself, and I grew into a man, into a confident man that understands my own values and my own preferences, I genuinely have no clue how that can change so drastically to such an extreme that I would never even thought of speaking to some of those girls. So I want you, bro, to keep that in mind. That girl that you like today or girl that you liked 5 years ago, you might not find that girl attractive in 5+ years or even faster. That will depend on some factors that are really unknown to our minds. Attraction equals compatibility. That means that I thought that if I'm attracted, I will be for sure compatible with this girl and she'll be compatible with me. But this is not the case. If you separate the feeling of attraction and actual compatibility, it's two separate things. Attraction can come and go. Attraction can change. And attraction is not a choice, as we discussed earlier. So this attraction thing is such a vague, not reliable thing to feel towards someone. And connecting it to a compatibility with someone, thinking that if I'm attracted, that means it's gonna work out, this is not the truth. And when a guy likes a girl so much, I used to force that compatibility into my attraction. Even if this girl does some shit, even if she parties a lot, she smokes, she drinks, I would say, no, I like her so much. How can I not like her? How we cannot be compatible? How we cannot have a relationship? You cannot. If you like somebody, it doesn't mean anything. Remember, attraction not equals compatibility. I think number 4 that sucks so much and I got hurt so much from it is attraction grows in space. That lesson took a long time for me to learn because every time I met a new girl that I liked, I was all in. First day, first message, blah, 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 blah. I like you so much, let's go, let's do this, we can do this. Oh my God, I like this music, I like this movie, I like this quote. What do you do? I went all in because I was honestly afraid if I stop texting her or if I don't show so much to her at the first day or first interaction, she would somehow forget about me or she would somehow not have impression of me or good impression to remember for a long time. So that was coming from scarcity that I wouldn't be remembered if I don't make that first impression of opening up too much, being too cool, being too interesting, texting too frequently. I literally texted every day, every hour, just to stay in touch. I was just shaking and waiting for reply and I was all into that conversation, all into that texting. It was a lot of drama there, a lot of emotions involved. When the girl didn't reply, when the girl ghosted me, I was putting so much pressure on that impression to keep a hold of that interaction just to not lose it. And guess what was always happening, bro? Girl vanished. Sooner or later, but usually 1, 2, 3 days, I never see that girl. I never reached the first date because I simply scared girls by putting so much effort, by not giving them space. And I had to learn how to behave differently. First, I started to text less frequently. That was the most challenging thing for me because this is something that I never done. And first tries were really unsuccessful. I couldn't resist. I was just texting. If someone sent me a text, I would reply straight away. I would not give any time. So I had to turn off notifications so I never see that text. If I'm really busy, I would never see that text until I open that app. So that led me to a new way of interacting with girls. First, I stopped replying fast. Then I started replying longer. I started taking longer time, like 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I would just reply after 1 or 2 days. Sometimes just reply quick. So I started to mix and match the tempo of my conversation. And that led me to good, positive results. Also, meeting a girl or setting up a date, I would give it a week Or 2, if we can meet in 3 weeks, no problem, let's do first day in 3 weeks. Opposite to before, I would push to meet as soon as possible, and I would get really resentful if girl couldn't make it. When I look back, I think how possibly I could do that. I was getting upset when the girl couldn't make it, or she had plans, or she canceled. But later on I realized that days and weeks matter in the beginning of interaction. Slower you take, longer this will last. And that lesson was so hard for me to learn, but that brings good results consistently. So whenever you meet a girl, remember, attraction grows in space. While you're not replying, let her think about you. While you're waiting for the second date, after 1 week or 2, let her think about you. Don't be in her face constantly. Be a little bit mysterious, be a little bit vague, be a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes reply straight away, sometimes disappear for a little bit. Just be casual, but don't push. Don't be too available. Let me know, bro, which one of these are applicable to your life, which one of this you struggle with personally. Let's talk in the comments.